So the moisture that's in that wood is actually helping it burn better compared to other pellets that are on the marketplace that are a commodity that are just have dried way down. And that's why too the ash is different in it.
And then she quits yoga and goes, "Hey, I said, "It's Thursday night. I'll be at the shop." She goes, when are you gonna quit that?" And I go, "Hey, just because you quit doesn't mean I gotta. It's Thursday night, baby.
It's Thursday night.
Yeah.
That's how you start a campfire in Carter County.
Freaking awesome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pellet Cooker University. Today, we've got a special person, especially in my life. His whole family's helped me a ton. This gentleman we're going to talk today is Fabian Bauer, the Nebraski, and they were the ones that spent a lot of time helping me in my business, and they have a sheet metal shop, and Fabian married into the family. What year did you marry in there?
1980.
1980. So it's 1997, 98 when we meet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Your background's in auto body.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
You were building a smoker down at Joe's at the shop, metal shop.
Yes.
And I came into town for something, and I seen you and I go, "What are you building?" And I
Right.
go, "A smoker." I'm like, What the hell is that? And that was how it all kind of got started right there.
Well, and then the parties we'd have at the shop.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
you know, the Christmas parties and all that. And then three of you built smokers too, didn't you, out of the shop down there?
I wasn't up there when they was building the smokers.
Okay.
They didn't do a pellet smoker.
Right.
He was the first. That was the first one I'd ever seen in my life.
Right.
And then we ate. It was. I think my remembrance is, you catered Krista's wedding, my sister-in-law.
Right.
And that's the first time I actually devoured your food. And I remember saying, you said there's bread here, and I go, "I don't want no bread. I ain't wasting no room on bread." And you go, "Oh, that's my kind of guy right there." So I was like, I don't want no bread. I just want meat.
I don't want filler.
So that was how it all kind of got started. And the first time I ever had it was Joe had a package of your burn-ins in the refrigerator at the shop. And we had been out working. We came in, and he goes, "Man, I'm hungry." And he pulled that bag out of the refrigerator, and it was, vacuum sealed. He pulls it open. He pulls one out, and he's going to warm them up. And I said, "Man, I'm starving." So I just grabbed a cold one, and I ate it. And I was, "Oh, my God, these are fantastic. Just cold.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "You want me to warm them up?" And I said, "Hell no, this is great the way it are." So, but that's how I got started.
That's how it all got
our
started.
Introduction. Yep.
Well, it's Katie Sheet Metal was the name of the shop there, and they do a lot of HVAC stuff. Is what they were doing, and they had a shear and a brake, and that's what I needed was to shear up some stuff and
Fabricate.
and do some fabricating, and that was the help they gave me there by being able to do that stuff. Actually launched me into able to duplicate my original pit that I did in 1994, my competition pit. Those capabilities is what able to let me launch into the smoker world is what it did.
Yeah.
A huge help. You got in, you were doing custom car stuff.
Yeah, I was mostly into restoration, but back then I was in collision repair because I was raising a family.
Right.
When I moved up here, I got into restoration. I worked for a guy over on muscle cars, and all I was doing was rebuilding classic cars, welding the quarters on, and cutting the floor out, putting a new floor in. That's what I enjoyed. The painting part, I didn't want to do it anymore. I just wanted to cut them apart and weld them back together.
Yeah, all the metal work.
Yeah, and I had an opportunity that. I bought one of your, I think it was a 100. It had 3 shelves in the fireboxes and just in the bottom of the smoker.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was a little one. And I had an opportunity to open Sticks and Stones pool hall.
Right. You talked about always wanting to do something.
I wanted to get into cooking.
Right.
I wanted to get myself out of body work. I was getting up in age, and I'm getting old. So I wanted to get out. I said, I like to cook.
And wasn't that a guy kind of a good friend of yours that
Oh, yeah.
you got the two
Yeah.
of you guys got together
Yeah.
with, and he was with a Chevrolet dealership or something, wasn't he?
It was with he sold engines and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can. It's power, cable Dahmer powertrain,
Uh-huh.
Dahmer powertrain. But
And then you guys wanted to open that bar, and it was a pool hall.
yep.
Yeah.
So we had a little kitchen there, and then I
Now wait a second. Let's go.
oh
The pool,
Yeah.
the Dyakovich family kind of goes deep in the pool hall era
yeah
with Fred Brodsky,
yep
the pool shark.
Yeah.
Any of y'all around Kansas City know the old weatherman Fred Brodsky.
yeah
Well, your father-in-law and Fred
Used
were
to hustle.
cousins,
Yeah.
and they were hustlers, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, and especially Fred.
Yeah.
he was the pool player,
yeah.
and that's how they actually made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
That's back in the day.
Yep.
Was going. They needed some money. They'd head straight to the pool hall, didn't they?
yeah. When Fred was on those Brunswick pool table commercials,
Oh, I didn't remember that.
He was selling pool, or he was their spokesperson.
Uh-huh.
The shot that he takes on the table, that's actually him. That's not a fake. I mean,
Right.
Nowadays you see somebody that grabs a pool stick and then the camera goes to the pool table and you see all the balls go in. Now Fred was actually, that
Doing
was
it.
his shot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't he was a hell of a shot.
Oh yeah, Fred. I mean, the stories when you got him and
Yeah.
and Leo together. Oh my God,
Yep.
how those two were. That was pretty special. Now they grew up on the east side of what they called Kansas City,
Yep.
right there, and that was where a lot of the Polish immigrants and all what they call that area of town here, where you're right next door to where your store is.
Sugar Creek.
Sugar Creek.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was getting
Yeah.
a brain fart.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's where most of those
Big
immigrants,
Polish community.
big Polish group.
Slavic Festival. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Sugar Creek. So, you ever come to Kansas City? That's when people started immigrating, and certain immigrants went to certain areas of town.
yeah.
Is what it was. Really, very, very interesting. And then the Brodsky
Yeah.
family got into the fencing business,
Yep.
and the Dyakoviches went to sheet metal.
Yep.
Which
that
was-
that was before me. I just hear stories about that stuff. Leo, my father-in-law, he started the sheet metal business.
Right.
But Brodsky Fence, we didn't do much with. I didn't know much about them.
Leo went into sheet metal, but
Yeah.
then
his brothers,
and then so some of his sons got involved in that.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Greg, Pat, Joe, Mike.
How I met everybody was through Pat Dyakovich. He got on the Kansas City Fire Department,
Yep.
and we were in the same class
Yep.
that came on together, and which was very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat went on and ended up becoming a battalion chief.
Yeah.
I didn't move on up in the ranks other than fire apparatus operator, because that's all I cared about was driving a fire truck.
Yeah.
But then I wanted to have my own shop.
Yep.
And that's why I went down and bought the Heim 20 building.
Yep. The old fire state. Yep.
The old fire station. And I wanted to go into metal fabricating and do all that kind of stuff and make my money. Well, pretty soon barbecue took over because of especially people like you seeing interest in the smokers, and maybe I could sell a few of these things, and that's how it all took off, was right through there. But then you wanting to get out of the body shop business
Yep.
and wanting to get into the food service
Yep.
industry. It wasn't a real good, what I want to say, your first experience with Sticks and Stones wasn't one of the best.
I was more of a bar that served food, and I wanted more of a restaurant that served liquor. I didn't want to. I mean, I wanted to get more into you get bar food at the bar. I mean, we had bar food. And
Right.
I smoked. That's when I bought that little one from the little one,
Yeah.
and I used it up there because we didn't smoke a lot. We smoked, I had briskets and certain things, but I actually wanted a restaurant that served food. Mm-hmm. So
When you got out of that, then it was a little transition there because actually you had multiple buildings. You had your body shop stuff set up in, didn't you?
yeah, I got out of Sticks and Stones and went back to the body shop. I bought a building down the street, and it was right down the road from Sticks and Stones, right there. And opened a little body shop, and we was in there for 5 years. Well, I had the smoker, and I'd cook on we had what we called beer drinking Thursdays. So on Thursday nights, some friends would come over. We'd all get together and have beer drinking Thursday. And we'd cook some ribs and we'd all have a good time. And I said, I'm going to open me a barbecue joint one day and get out of this body shop. Somebody, I don't know when it happened or what, but somebody said, what are you going to name it? I said, well, I've been calling it a little barbecue joint for 5 years. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what I'm going to name it. So
and sure as hell
that's
did.
how the name came about.
The little barbecue joint. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, we're going to show you some. Make sure you pay attention if you can, if you're not just listening to this, or if you're just listening to this podcast, come back and run this back, because we're going to put a whole lot of photos of what this vision from Fabian had to transmit his passion for automobiles and what he's done body shop wise and automotive that he's put into this barbecue joint. It is unbelievably cool, especially if you're a hot rodder and anything motorsports wise or whatever. If you passion for those kinds of things, what he's done with all his collectibles in his life is in the little barbecue joint, isn't it?
Well, the bar is a 65 Impala, and the story on that bar is I bought the car to build, and then when I got it at the shop, the frame rail was rusted out. It was too far gone, so I kind of set it in a lot, let it sit. It wasn't going to get fixed. And as it went farther along, when I decided to open let me tell you about the decision. I'd been sketching. I'd bought another building up top of the hill, and we had metal fabricating in there. We was welding all the cars together there, and then taking them down the street and painting them, doing the body and the paint. I went up to that old building. The building was built in 1948. Really neat old building.
How many square foot is it?
It's 2,400. So, and then it was a 60 by 40 brick building, and I fell in love with the building. We had the metal fab shop in there, so I go.
And it's right on a corner.
Yep, Grand and 24 Highway. So I go in there and I'm looking at it, and I go, man, so I start sketching where the bar is, where the kitchen, and this and that. And I call my dad and I go, hey, Pop, I got a 6-pack. Why don't you come up to the metal shop? And I got something to talk about. So he shows up, and we got beer, and I go, remember that old barbecue joint we've been talking about for 5 years? Yeah. I said, well, I think this is the place right here. And showed him the sketches, and I said, bar lays out right here, bing and a bang at bone. He said, let's do it. And I said, okay. So we hustled. I had several cars I put up for sale and sold all my toys. We went through, we've refinanced houses. Just shy of robbing a bank is what we got the money together to build that place. So that's how that came about, where we're at. And then it was the city came in, but if it wasn't for my dad, I don't think I could have pulled this off. We did this together. He was a lot.
Right.
I was doing physically, welding the car, welding the bar together, and he was keeping control of everything, and then keep an eye on the contractor that was actually doing the plumbing and electric and and all this stuff. So it was a joint. He did a lot. And
I was right at the point right there too. I was just getting going with the rotisserie smokers and all, and so a lot of the equipment that you ended up getting was first version stuff.
Exactly. My 350 that I got, that was 14 years ago. Okay.
14 years ago when you got that rotisserie. Yeah.
And I got it. You sold it to me unpainted.
Yeah. We were doing a painted steel exterior at that time on those, giving that a whirl. And we were having them powder coated. Thank God you painted your own because the powder coat seemed like holding up real well. They weren't getting it done quite right.
Well, I painted it and flamed the side.
Oh, yeah. It looked like one of your custom cars. You'll see that. That's going to get inserted in this video. So you'll see this machine you've been running. Yeah. And then you've got 120s. Did you get a 240
I got a 120, and then we grew out of it. I got two 240s, and then I bought that 750. Well, the 750, before COVID, we ran it 3 times a week.
Oh, did you?
Just boom, it was ribs. It's the best rib smoking thing I ever,
Now, let's talk about your ribs for a second.
Okay.
We're going to go right to you've got named way up there in the quality of ribs for the state of Missouri, didn't you?
Yeah.
What happened on that?
I don't know. I've gotten several top 10. I mean, I see the book they put it on the rest areas that say best places in Missouri. Well, I'm in the top 10 of best barbecue restaurants in Missouri.
Right.
And didn't know it. I mean,
unsolicited.
Somebody called me and go, "Hey man, you made top. You
made
got
top
this
10.
list. You got this list. You got that list."
Right.
What? And I had to look it up. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, the ribs are great. And I got to tell you another story about the meatloaf. Okay, my mom, and matter of fact, I was just talking about it the other day. She goes, I said, I'm going to meet with Fast Eddie, and she goes, I didn't even know him, and he said, what you need to do is make a meatloaf. And my mom said, she goes, so I have what we call at the restaurant the Sennett Sisters meatloaf. It was my mom and my aunt would come in twice a week and make meatloafs, bacon wrapped, and that was their recipe. That did, and then we would smoke them off. We're still running them, but God bless them both, my mom and my aunt. They can't do it anymore. I mean,
right.
So, but it's still there.
I know we were talking. It's like, I want to add something to the menu, and this. I said, dude, you gotta. I mean, it was smoked meatloaf. Yeah. I'm a sucker for a good meatloaf to begin with, but especially on a smoker, and nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
It's
and when you want to turn me on to pulled pork too, I didn't.
Yeah. But the meatloaf thing, that is super killer. So you do that once a week, right? One day a week, or
no? We do it every day now.
Oh, you're doing it. It's on the menu.
It was a special, just one day a week, and we got so much, so much about. Hey, why do I need meatloaf? And hell, now I got people coming and buying a whole meatloaf.
Right.
I mean, like what? This guy wants a whole meatloaf. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I guess we'll sell it to him.
Tell everybody else we're out of meatloaf. So, but now we make them 8 of them at a time now, and my gosh, and they wipe them out. And it is. I mean, it's good meatloaf.
Yeah, and it's something you don't see on the menus.
Right.
But it is freaking fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so you've got the awards on that. Let's kind of get back, kind of run this back a little bit and kind of get in progression here of how the store kind of progressed, in the summertime. So you got the store up and running, but then you decide it's time for the deck.
Yep.
And when the weather turns nice, the deck comes on, and you've got a little outdoor stage.
Yep. We always had plans for the deck. And we didn't have the funds to do it all at one time. So we got the restaurants going good. We got it under control. We got our feet wet, and we know how to. We're not running out of food every night, And then we say it's time for the deck, and we add on a deck, and there was an old diesel truck trailer that had been there since probably the 60s, and the city wanted me to get rid of it, and I said, man, that's got to be grandfathered in. It's been sitting there. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid coming up 24 highway, and when I seen that trailer, I knew Nolan Road was right up the street.
Right.
I mean, it was a landmark for me. So they go, okay, what are you going to do with it? And I said, I'm going to cut the side of it out and make a stage, put some live music up in there, band up in there. Oh, okay. Well, I found an old 48 Chevy truck, 2-ton truck that did have a motor, and so I bought it, and we've shoved it underneath that trailer, so it looks like a truck and trailer now.
Right.
And then I ran the stacks up, and then hooked them to the smoker. So when the smoker was running, it looked like
you got smoke coming out the stacks from the smokers.
Yeah.
People, you got to go by here and see this place. It's so freaking unique.
Well, different. Since COVID, that we didn't use it at all. Matter of fact, during COVID, we didn't even use the deck. I mean,
right.
So the ductwork needs to be all replaced, the fan and everything, but the truck and trailer is still there, and
right.
So I just don't have the smoke going to it,
but all the infrastructure there, and then your added storage unit that you have. I love the story about this. What year truck is that?
It's a 51 Ford box van.
51 Ford box van. And, okay, he needed some added storage.
Yep.
Okay, and
so it was running and driving. I backed it up against the building, and I built that wall out of 2x2 metal tubing. We just backed the truck up there, and I just welded the truck to the building. Right. And then we put some metal fillers in there to fill it all in.
Right.
So that's we keep a styrofoam and extra, our backup silverware and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's more storage for you.
But it was such a cool looking truck.
Right.
It's ugly and the phone number is only what, 6 numbers instead of 7. And it's like BR549.
Yeah.
So,
man, I can't tell you enough about it. Now, here's one of the coolest things I think is that you've done. You had to have like a retaining pond on the property, didn't you?
The city made me put in water retention, so it was just ugly. We had a riff-raff around it, and I said, man, all right, you know what, I'm going to make a koi pond. I'm going to put some koi fish down there. And then I thought, well, shit, first time it rains, my koi fish are going to end up out on 24 highway. I'm going to lose. So I went, man, I know what I got. I bought a pontoon boat for, I don't know, a couple $100,
Yeah.
And we drug it up, and I laid a couple of big pipes across the pond there, and we set that boat up there, welded it all down, staked it all down, and we used it for like extra seating. You could walk down there and sit,
you got a little path down there, and you could actually go have dinner sitting on the pontoon boat.
Well, and there again, since COVID hit, that thing is. I probably need to pull it out of there, but I need to go down and restore it. And
right.
It was really cool. We had a flagpole. My brother-in-law Pat put this flagpole in where they had the ropes where you
ran the flag up.
If you wanted your waitress, you ran the flag.
Oh, you ran the flag up to let the waitress know you want.
So if the waitress seen the flag, she'd come down there and see you.
Yeah.
So that was some neat stuff.
Hugely unique. And then the parking started becoming an issue. When you started getting a whole lot of people wanting to come and adding the parking lot on. It's just, you've been the gambit through the city about all these little things, haven't you?
I bought the lot south of us, and we concreted that one. And then I bought the property across the street. We gravelled that one. That's called overflow. So we got away. It's still gravel because it's just overflow parking. I put a Connex back there for storage on the other side of the parking lot. Well, then what I'm doing now is I put a privacy fence up around it, and I'm gonna do a cornhole pit over there. I got it set up to where I got a room for about 8 boards. 8 cornhole boards. We ran into a couple of snags there, but I'm slowly but surely. It'll be open next spring.
Oh yeah.
So everybody likes cornhole. I like to play cornhole.
You're gonna do tournaments and things like that there too.
Yep, it's fun. I'm gonna enjoy the game, and I got it. Power out there, and water out there. So
right. So you've transitioned from body man to barbecue man is what you've done. So now when you do a body project, is it a strictly total custom stuff that you're looking at doing, or you just what are you cherry picking for projects to do?
I'm mostly restoring like Chevelles, Mustangs,
muscle car
like
era.
I bought here a while back. I got an '86 IROC, and I never really liked them, but it was cheap. I traded for it. And it was a stick shift car. It had a 5-speed in it. So my next toy is going to have, stick shift. Mm-hmm. And then I started looking. I got in the shop and started looking. Oh, no, man, and I did this years ago. One of the cars I sold to open the restaurant, I had a 04 Mustang convertible. And I bought it, and it was hitting the front and the back.
Right. And now that's the one that became 2 different Mustangs.
Yeah, I grafted a
That thing was freaking cool, man.
It was a beer drinking Thursday. And a friend of mine showed up in a 68 Mustang, and I got a tape measure out and started looking at it, and I went, and he goes, what are you doing? I said, man, I think I'm going to turn this into a 68. And he goes, you're drunk. Have another beer. Shut up. So, the next Thursday he shows up, and I had the quarter panels screwed onto the car with the tail panel on it, and I go, that's it right there. I didn't cut the ass into that car off and was grafting. That car turned out really...
Man, that car got more looks.
I love that car.
So what was the front?
68.
And when the back was?
68. And the car was an 04 GT convertible.
And it was an 04 GT convertible. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That looks like a 68.
Yeah. The worst part of driving a car on the highway was somebody was always, they pull up beside you and slow down and take pictures or give you the thumbs up or something. And, you know, like, hey, I want that lane. You know, okay, hey, thanks. You know, and I want to go. I want to, you know, I want that. I want to change lanes. But it was
well, you got pictures of that thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll definitely have a pictures of this Mustang. I mean, I remembered seeing it. It was just a beautiful car, you know, and just, I mean, it was a head turner, no doubt. What you've done there, I can't believe. Have you ever seen anybody do another one like it?
No. Never have. And I actually went to a fiberglass place to make me a mold for the front fenders and the hood and the quarter panels.
Do like a kit?
But because everywhere I went, it was like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. What is it? You know, what is it? And well, now I'm doing this '86 IROC. I hacked the ass end of it off, and I grafted a '70 Camaro dash on it. Right? So I got the quarter panels. The quarter panels are all done. I pre-fit the taillights, rear bumper. It's all, I mean, hatch looks good. I used a spoiler off a '85 Monte Carlo Super Sport. And then I'm getting a motor put in it. I don't want to start on my sheet metal on the front until I can drive it. You know, it's got the doghouse up there, so I can get it. It'll drive without fenders and stuff on it. I want to get it running before I start hanging sheet metal on the front, bending over and beating it. But I've already pre-fit with an old fender, like '70 Camaro front end, and it's going to look pretty tough. So
that's what the barbecue things allowed you to do now is
that's where my stress relief.
Your stress relief is dreaming. Now you guys go through this place. You're going to see a lot of stress relief projects throughout the whole restaurant. So, I mean, the tables that are the shadow boxes are my favorite. Obviously, go ahead and tell our viewers what they're getting ready to see.
I was always a model car builder since 14, 15 years old. Matter of fact, there's a couple of model cars in these tables that I built them when I was 15. I had thousands of them, and then I didn't want to. Nobody wanted them. My kids didn't want them, and I went to the dumpster 3 or 4 times, going to throw them away, and I said, I just can't do it. So I had built these metal tables, and I went, there's a void in there I could build. So anyway, I put a false floor in it, put this diorama in there, made styrofoam and made grass and dirt, and I put all these junk. It's a junkyard, and then one's a dirt track. It's got all dirt cars. Right? I took one home and was building it in the basement, and to go down there and eat some. Matter of fact, this one has a pork rind, the spicy pork rind, in it. It's a rock. Right? I'd go down and give me a bag of pork rinds and a 6-pack, and I'd work down there and, you know, eat pork rinds and drink beer. And I looked at that one and I said, man, it looks like a rock. So
that goes in the shadow box.
So it's and then I put a little skeleton, a model had a little skeleton. So I laid him in the grass and kind of covered him up. And I always ask everybody, hey man, can you find Waldo? And they go, no. And I said, yeah, nobody ever did. Look, there he is right there. It's just a skeleton. But the kids love it. I mean,
how many people's walked in your place and asked to want to duplicate that somewhere?
Oh, I've had 3 or 4 wanted me to, you know, I said, you know, 10 years ago, they could have got me. But now I'm 65, brother. I don't know if I could do another one.
Right.
But
I mean, I remember when I talked to you one time, it was like, yeah, you know, at night, that was your hobby, is go down in your basement and start tinkering with something to put into the store. And tell us about the lights over some of your tables.
I had, you know, I can't remember what year it was, in late or mid 2000s. The EPA said there's no more. You know, our paint guns used to be the siphon gun, had a cup on the bottom. The EPA comes around and says you can't use those anymore. You get fined if you have them in your body shop. You got to go. Everything's going to HVLP, gravity guns. So, you know, I got like 6 or 8 paint guns, nice ones, you know, and I went to HVLP. I did what they said, and I had this tote full of paint guns that just had paint on them. They was ugly, you know. When we was building the place, my electrician was in there, was going to try to figure out what the light fixture was going to put over the bar. And I go, I got an idea. And I had mag lights they're dinosaurs now. Everybody's going with the LED, and you know. So I had about 8 or 10 mag lights from back in the 80s, you know. And I went, I got it. And so I handed this flashlight to this guy, my electrician. I go, hey, man, you think you can turn a light fixture, over the bar? You know, put the light bulb in there and hang it? And he goes, I got just the thing. This guy's name's Dax. He's awesome. I mean, when I threw him my ID, he's like, oh, dude, that's going to be so cool. I got you. You know, he got these light bulbs, those little, it's like the ones you put down the sidewalk at your house. Got that low volt box, and perfect. The bulb fit in that mag light like it was made for it. And then I said, took my paint guns apart and I cut the bottom of it out and he put the light fixture inside the paint gun.
Right.
So my paint gun's hanging up there, and light
over the
lights
table.
coming.
Now wait a second. A lot of your booths.
Oh, those are all Chevy truck bench seats.
Yeah, these are bench seats from Chevy trucks.
I went down to U-Picket and bought 2, 4, 6, 8 of them, 8 seats. RS upholstery down there. I'd take a seat down there. I'd get one, bring it back. Take another one, bring it back. And this was before we opened. But
right.
I built all the stands for it. We got them mounted. I just bolt the seat to it. So when the seat tears, I just take it off and go down. And I have a backup when, in my garage at my house.
When something goes bad.
So if I get one that's tore, I'll stick it in and take that one out.
And go get it fixed, get another one done. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
They're all 73 to 87 Chevy pickup trucks.
Yeah.
So
this gives you a little flavor of the ambiance. That's what's really cool, besides the great food. Now, this could kind of reel back into some of the food side of things. Tell us about the sauces and the name of the sauces and how you came up with what you did. Okay.
All right. So I'm trying to make a sauce, my signature sauce, right? And I'm in my kitchen at my house. The one you're eating now at the restaurant's about my 6th shot. I took about 6 shots to get to where I wanted. And I finally got it to where I liked it. And I said, man, I'm going to take this around to my buddies and, let them taste it. So one time before, my wife was mad at me. I'm at the store, and I see this bottle of wine. It says Mad Housewife, right? So I go, oh. So I take that home to her, and I go, here, baby, I got you something. And sit it down. Well, she didn't think it was near as funny as I did, but I kept that bottle. She drank the wine.
Oh, did she?
But she didn't think it was funny. And, so I got the bottle. I look up on the counter, and I go, oh, yeah. So I get it, and I fill it full of my sauce, and I grab some ham, and I go to Leroy's Frame Shop, One at Auto, all these buddies of mine. I go, here, man, why don't you try my barbecue sauce? And they back and forth, and then they eat it, and they go, oh, man, it's got a little kick to it. And I go, yeah. They go, it was Leroy over at Leroy's Frame Shop. He goes, what are you going to name it? And I said, Mad Housewife. It's sweet, and then pow, just slaps you in the mouth.
Yeah, it's going to come back and nail you.
So the other ones, my dad came up with the Sweet Sister, but we kind of kept it with the housewife thing. So we got a Sweet Sister, which is made for women and children. I got the Mad Housewife, and then I got the Mean Mother-in-Law. The Mad Housewife's sweet and spicy. The Mean Mother-in-law is ain't no sweet about it. It's just good heat, man. It's excellent on the ribs. 2 or 3 people complained, this ain't hot. So I got what we call the hot mistress.
Hot mistress.
So it is
this
only
is one not many get to see.
Yeah, it is only available. All the 3 sauces are on the table.
Right.
If you want the hot mistress, you got to ask for it. You got to.
Yeah.
We don't put it out.
You don't make them sign a paper or anything.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
But it's more than what I want.
Right. Oh, yeah. But there are those people out there.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Say, man, you need something more. You need something more spicy. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So,
well, I just can't tell you enough about. You need to make a stop and go by and see. But everything you're doing is on pellets, and you're actually using the grilling pellets, hickory flavored ones is what you're using. So he's using the grilling pellets, are one of our sponsors, our sponsor of the show, and you're using that product. And it's you used other stuff prior to this before that came out, which was 3 or 4 years ago when we came out with this. Tell us what you're seeing.
Clean. It burns cleaner.
It less ash in it, and actually you're getting more bang for your buck out of it because it's burning less fuel too. It's a lot better fuel, and it's can you elaborate that on there for the customers? What was like before, and what you are now, or what your thoughts are?
Yeah, we went through that one phase where some of them pellets I got had chunks in them, and they'd clog up the auger. We went through that little spell, but I think I got a hold of you. You got that shit figured out,
right?
Okay, the guy wasn't
cleaning his holding.
Yeah.
When the pellets get made, they're hot, and it was going into a storage bin.
Yeah,
and didn't realize that there was some, when they came hot and they got on the storage bin, it was actually made a buildup on the walls of the storage bin, and finally it got so thick it would break off. And I don't know whether temperature had whatever, but then he is like, dude, you got to get up in there and chip all that stuff off that big storage bin. No,
I know my son does most of my son's in there now. He's doing a lot of smoking. He said that the pellets that we got now, he goes, man, they burn so much cleaner. You got, in the mornings or whenever you get ready to reload, you got to get your hand in there and dig that ash out.
Right.
And he goes, man, that's some of that. It ain't even got no ash in it anymore.
Right.
So
we're going to do a little pitch here on grilling pellets. If you go to the Grilling Pellets webpage, you're going to see the testing results on there, and you'll see we're right about 6.4, 6.5 moisture content on that pellet. Well, that's the highest moisture content that's on the marketplace of a finished pellet out there. And you'll also see that the ash content next to that is like 0.53 or 0.54. And then it'll have a column for totally dry ash contents higher. So the moisture that's in that wood is actually helping it burn better too, compared to other pellets that are on the marketplace that are a commodity that are just have dried way down, and that's why too the ash is different in it. So just a little explanation to our followers there is why if you're thinking about, well, what's the big deal about grilling pellets? Well, that's just one of the attributes to it.
Yeah, there is a difference.
Besides the flavor.
Yeah.
The flavor's killer. So.
Yeah, I got, my son wanted to do Jack Daniel's pellets, and I said, you can do it at home, but you don't put them in my smoker. You can do cherry wood and all that.
You're not going to get as much flavor neither.
It's just, you can do that at your house right here.
Yeah.
We've been there 13 years.
13 years now.
And everything is 90% the same way we started. I mean, everything is made the same, and I'm not changing nothing because that's what people want. I mean, this is what we've done. We've gone seed oil free.
Really?
I use lard for the fryer.
Nice.
We use actual real butter instead of margarine. I didn't know it was that big of a deal, but now I'm seeing on Steak and Shake.
Right.
This big thing out said, we are seed oil free.
Right. Wagyu, they're using tallow.
Yeah. So that's what I and my fries taste so much better.
Oh, I bet.
I'm like,
yeah.
I remember I worked at McDonald's back when I was 15, 16, and we used clean the fryer, and then we put that big old white block in there, and it wasn't Crisco, it was lard, and just wait for it to melt down. Come in the next day, it's melted down, and tastes so much better. And then I've kind of got on a health kick here a little while back, and said I looked at what lard does, your cholesterol. It's not as bad on your cholesterol as what was told.
Yes.
And then the seed oil was actually
worse,
more harm than good.
Right.
And so we went seed oil free, and pretty much for me, I wanted it. I mean,
right.
I mean, not that I eat that many, but no. Whereas if Ashton's watching, if he's going to see this, he's going to rat me out. I eat fries every day. He calls me cold fry.
Cold fry?
Because I'll walk in from the body shop and walk in. I go, man, you got any cold fries back there? I don't want to make I don't want to make them. Make me a batch.
Right.
If you got any sitting that,
something laying around.
I said, you got any cold fries? And so he goes, oh, here comes cold fry. And I've had some of my guys there have been I got 3 or 4 waitresses have been there since we opened.
Nice.
I got 2 or 3 of my guys in the kitchen have been there since we've opened.
Yeah.
I
know you always wanted to be in the bar business. How you getting some pretty good regulars stopping in you?
Oh, yeah. And, we always have a good time. Oh, you have several in there at least once a week. I got a dad and his son that show up there every Friday evening, and that's their thing. And they have 2 or 3 drinks, eat a little bite, and mostly appetizer or something. And
so, Beer Thursdays, are we still sticking with that at all? That fall apart once you got out of the body shop,
Yeah.
Those kind of things sort of do.
What started that? My wife started going to. She goes, I'm going to. What do they call that? Yoga. She goes, me and my sister are going to yoga on Thursday night, so you have to fend for yourself. And I said, okay. So I just had somebody showed up on Thursday night, a buddy of mine, Dave. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I got a beer. It's Thursday. My old lady's at yoga, so I'm going to hang out here. And
we're going to do a Beer Thursday.
So it slowly progressed. It started out just me and him, and then it grew.
It grew.
And then it grew. And then that one night, I had the police stop out there on 24 Highway. I walked out and I went, what's the cops doing here? My parking lot was, if you guys, the parking lot wasn't much of a parking lot, but the cars were parked down 24 Highways. And I turned around, look in the shop, and I go, man, where do these people come from?
They're there for Beer Thursdays.
And it was beer drinking Thursday. And then she quits yoga and goes, hey, I said, it's Thursday night, I'll be up at the shop. She goes, when are you gonna quit that? And I go, hey, just because you quit doesn't mean I got it. It's Thursday night, baby.
It's Thursday night.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Every night was Thursday night there for when the restaurant opened. We stayed when I opened up. We was up there. I was up there 7 o'clock in the morning until midnight.
Oh God, that gets to work.
Trying to get it. I was always the guy. Well, I can't teach you how to do something unless I know how to do it. So I was the one that learned.
True.
I did, and then I had. Nick, I got to tell you about Nick. Nick Alonji was my tow truck driver when I was at the body shop. Me and him were tight. If I needed a tow, he went and got it. We got, cataracts or something. He lost his CDL.
Oh,
I said,
really?
hey, I'm open barbecue joint. Why don't you come up here? He goes, I don't know about cooking. And I go, yeah, me neither. I said, look, dude.
Me neither.
I said, it'd be like this. I said, we'll smoke a little food, drink a little beer. It'd be fun. Okay? So all of a sudden, we're in a Friday night, we're getting our ass kicked in the kitchen. He goes, yeah, let's open a barbecue joint. It'd be fun. So that was an ongoing thing. And it's bad to say, but he passed a year.
Oh my God.
And we had so much fun not knowing what we was doing. The first night we opened on Thursday night, soft opening. 6 o'clock, I'm out of food.
Oh, shit.
It completely. And I remember the waitress we had, it was Carrie, she was standing there staring in that window. And I looked up and I go, I'm out. And she goes, out of what? And I go, and everything. And she goes, that was our very first night. And me and Nick looked at each other like, what the hell happened to all that food? Man, we had tons of it, And I said, I had no clue what was, what hit. And I had one person that gave me an attitude. She goes, well, have you ever done this before? Or have you ever had a restaurant? And I said, no, as a matter of fact, I'm a body man. I said, but if you give me a little bit, I'll figure it out. And
13 years now, right?
I wanted to go back in the corner and cry somewhere. I was so overwhelmed that night. I never felt that feeling.
Right.
And we come back. I called my food rep that night. And because just starting out, he goes, I know you're going to, and he goes, I'll emergency, I'll hot shot you. So I called him that night and I go, dude, you got to give me a truckload of shit out here, man. I'm dead in the water. I got nothing to cook. We came back the next night, Saturday, and, every once in a while we would run out of something, maybe we get overrun on chicken, and I'm sorry, but we're out of chicken. I can't, if you got...
But you got something else then.
If you got 6 hours, I can fix you some chicken, And that's what brisket, somebody goes, man, you're out of brisket? And I don't do that anymore. We don't run out of that. I make sure. I go, yeah, if you got 12 hours, I'll have you some ready. And I can go throw some on the grill.
Right.
But...
Well, so you're hearing a really unique story of going from, the School of Hard Knocks.
Yep.
I don't necessarily know. What is your opinion? You think somebody could still do that today?
Yeah, I mean, if you got the cojones for it, you got it. It's you're married to that.
Oh yeah, I can't take the kids to Boy Scouts, and I can't do this, I can't do that. I got to live, eat, and breathe. Everybody I've talked to that's been very successful in the barbecue business, they basically lived, eat, and breathed that place for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
It was trying to make sure every plate that goes out is top quality.
And then you got to find somebody that's got your back when you're not there.
Right.
You can rest easy because the food's going out there right.
Correct.
And that's the key thing. That's why I said I got some guys, 2 or 3 guys that have me covered, so I can walk out of there in the evening and go home, and go. He's got it, and then wait for the phone call.
It's going to happen.
Hope the phone don't ring.
Well, something's going to break down. Something's going to happen. Some emergency is going to pop up. It's how you deal with them.
And nobody ever told me this when I was thinking about it, and I never thought about it. I am now a pop machine repairman. I'm a smoker repairman.
Right.
I am a cooler repairman. I am a prep table repairman. Everything
is going to break at some time. Yeah.
And you got to come up with a way at least get it to stay running until tomorrow, where you can get a professional out there to fix it.
Right.
The cooler goes down. Somebody comes in, hey man, the cooler's, and I walk in there and it's
warming up,
froze up,
froze up. Yeah.
I'm like, unplug it, and they go, what? No, I didn't. I said, yeah, turn it off.
We got to thaw that coil out, get the ice off of it so we can run it a little while longer.
Yeah.
And get somebody out here because, nothing's right on it.
Yeah, that happened just last week. And my guy came out to fix it, and one of the fans was froze, and had to replace the motor in that one.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's always something. The pop machine, it goes south, and you got to reach up there, unhook the line so you can have soda pop to everything else, but except that one, because the cylinder's leaking, so it leaks all the air out. So if you don't unhook it, well, now I know where to hook on.
Now, you were making sausage for a while. Are you still making sausage?
Yep.
Tell us about your sausage thing.
My son makes it all. It's andouille. We got a mild and spicy, and I prefer the spicy. He does it. Oh shit, I don't know how. He's doing it twice a week now.
Oh, really? So how many pounds a week you think you're making?
There's 15 of each. So there's 30. Yeah, there's 30 pounds at a shot, so there's 60 pounds.
60 pounds? Yeah. That's a pretty good number. Yeah.
And it's he's doing a really good job. It's really good food.
Yeah.
It's good sausage, and people love it.
Yeah.
We've come up with my brain doesn't, just like come up with little different things to, throw on a menu, like the wontons. Okay.
Now, tell us about these wontons.
Okay, so when you slicing your brisket up, you got this pile of cut off, little pieces and stuff. So we chop it up and we put it in a pot with some sauce, and then we put some bell pepper and some onions, some cheese, and and stir it all up, mix it all up, lay it out on a sheet tray, let it cool, and then we roll them into wontons, and then you throw them in a deep fryer and you pull them out and you get this dipping sauce. They're pretty damn good. We sell a bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You freeze them or anything, or just cool them?
No, just cool. We just make them as we go. So we just, I don't know. They're
barbecue wontons.
Yeah. Anyway, now we put out a cheesecake wonton for dessert.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it is a girl I had working for me. It's her cheesecake recipe. We just rolled it in a wonton and boom. And I don't like sweets much. Not supposed to eat sweets,
Right.
But oh man, if you get one of those, it's heaven. I mean, it really is. You get
Wow.
that crunchy wonton and that cheesecake in there. Oh, incredible.
That sounds awful
Yeah.
interesting. What else you got going on for us that nobody else is doing?
we
Man, this is the mad scientist right
Yeah.
here of Kansas City and barbecue, obviously.
Well, I tried everything. I tried. I smoked my chicken. I shredded chicken and made a Southwest raw wonton and made a Polish with sauerkraut and mustard and Polish sausage.
Well, you had to do that if you're over in Sugar Creek,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, that had to be,
Yeah.
that's a Sugar Creek wonton, yeah. Uh-huh.
And then we did a Philly steak. With I had cream cheese in there and brisket, pepper and onion, and those were really good. But none of those sold. None of those stuck. People come there for barbecue, and I tried different stuff, and if it's not barbecue, they're not there. I mean, they don't want it. So we just killed everything but that barbecue
Wonton.
stayed. This winter, it's about time I make a burn-in pot pie,
Oh, really?
and it is. And I used to do a turkey pot pie, and turkey didn't move very well, but the beef, the burn-in pot pie really.
But are you finding any? I mean, with the price of beef nowadays, I mean, it's tough, on everybody. But you got to get, everybody pretty understanding, knowing, understanding they're going to come in. It's not going to be cheap. You want cheaper, you're going to go get some pork ribs.
Yeah, The worst was during COVID,
right?
When I called, I get my meat from Me's,
right?
And I called and I said, order my briskets this week, and he goes, "Oh, dude." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "I got them right now, and they're $12.50 a pound."
Ooh.
And I said, "Okay, never mind."
Never mind.
I mean,
yeah,
I'd have to. My sandwich would be $30-$40 a piece.
right.
And I went, okay, never mind. So we went through that one spell there during COVID that I didn't have brisket sandwiches.
Right.
I mean,
86 them.
yeah, I just took them off menu. Burn-ins were still decent. So that's what I had. And pulled pork.
I think some of the people don't understand too here in Kansas City, especially with your wholesaler that you're dealing with, our friends over at Meese Wholesale.
Yeah.
They are a huge broker of brisket points. I'll never forget my conversation with them back in early 2000, and I said to Paul, I go, "You need to sell separated points." That wasn't a thing at all back in the day. I said, this brisket point thing and just doing burn-ins is going to become a thing.
Yeah.
And I got this kind of crazy look. We're going to have to get Paul Meese on here.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we talk about him in our first episode with Bob Robinson.
Yeah.
All the Meese family, we got into the pellet grill business or pellet grill stuff with us way back in the day.
Well, see, I knew Mark was my guy.
Mark was yours.
And he retired.
Yeah.
So
I did see him down at the grand opening of the new store. He was down there walking around.
Just here recently?
Yeah. Just a couple 3 weeks ago when they opened up the new, or they announced the new facility. Very nice place. Have you been over there to the new facility yet?
I went to the one that they're at in North Kansas City.
Yeah. This is the one over there off Turner Diagonal. Yeah. Quite an operation.
He hadn't been there very long there in North Kansas City, though.
Well, they bought out that meat place. I'm trying to think the name of it was down there in Northtown. And I think they first kind of partnered up. Then they bought them out. Yeah. That's when their dad, Ralph, was still kind of involved in the business. But pretty much the only one that's still full-time, and there's Paul.
Oh, yeah. I've talked to him a couple times on the phone.
Oh, yeah. I know Paul extremely well. That he's always been my contact down there with him, But, well, man, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Well, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
I want everybody, if you come to Kansas City to or in the area, look up the Little Barbecue Joint and check and see some of the unique things you got going on over, especially see the place. We're going to just put a whole bunch of pictures up and let them see what's going on. But you're meeting an original pellet head right here. Fabian, I infected him back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when he started the store 13 years ago.
Yeah. It'll be 14 years in April.
Yeah. Well, and we're looking at how many more? As many as you can.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm hoping I'll be there. I'll be there until Somebody said, "When are you going to retire?" And that's when they carried me out here in the body bag.
Almost. How's your dad doing?
Oh, they're doing real good. Mom and Dad they're still holding on. Their dad just turned 88, so he's
really
he don't do much.
No. Gosh, he was with you up to how many years ago?
That's one of the enjoyments I got. He started it with me.
Right.
It wasn't there right before COVID. He was. I could tell it was really wearing on him. The stress. Right. The stress of the place was.
Well, once you break that 80 mark, I would think so.
And he's, I said, Dad, I just want you, to back off a little bit and retire and stuff. And he didn't take it very well. But
didn't your dad used to drive an ATA bus or something?
Yeah, he drove a tour bus.
Tour buses. That's right. Yeah,
and that's what I told him. I said, look, you've retired from 4 jobs. Okay.
Right.
He retired from General Motors.
Oh, really?
34 years. Okay. Well, he gets out of there, and then it's like he drove a city bus for a while.
Right.
He drove the trolley downtown, and the only two, or I probably shouldn't say this, I hope he don't listen. The only 2 wrecks that the trolley ever had, he was the driver on both of them. Neither one was his fault.
Right.
But, and then, let's see, he moved to Florida and worked down there, and then he drove a city bus down there, and then he comes up here and then gets a lawn care service going.
Oh my
God!
God!
And then he laid carpet with me for a while.
Oh my God! It was your dad. He's got a super cape. Does he keep a cape in his office?
He was in the body shop with me. Running the body shop, keeping the books all together and stuff like that. Because I'm the guy that. I mean, it's like the cooking. All right, I want to get dinner. I want to do it.
Right.
All the other stuff, I want somebody else to do.
Right.
Like my wife and my dad taking care of the books. And I just tell me how much money we got at the end of the day. So I can buy some more food, some more meat. There's stuff like that.
Right.
And Dad was always, even in the body shop, you count on me to get that car finished. And I count on you to keep the Uncle Sam off my back. I don't end up in jail. Paid them taxes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And we've been together. We've done everything together.
That's so cool. Wow. I mean, that's a special. That's a very special relationship.
With that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got my daughter works there. So
right. You've had a lot of family. You've had a lot of family working through.
Yeah. Nieces, nephews.
Yeah.
But he's Dad's got he needs the award, and he earned sitting down right now. I mean, he earned what he's got.
Oh God.
Sitting down, relaxing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. The whole Dyakovich family. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at today.
I wouldn't either.
Those are some of the finest people that's walked this earth. Are those folks right there. Yeah. And who would have ever dreamed that back in the day, going through drill school with a fella like Pat. I mean, and some of the most giving people there is, are the Dyakoviches, that's for sure.
Yep.
So again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I want you all to, if you like this episode, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. That really helps us out on our algorithms, and let us know what you're thinking. And if you want to see something here on Pellet Cooker University, we'll try to get that to you. Again, thank you, and we'll catch you on the next episode. You've been listening to Pellet Cooker University. Thanks for joining me here at Pellet Cooker University. I'm Fast Eddie. If you liked today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It helps us feed the fire, grow the channel, and keep the smoke rolling. And if you're serious about cooking, check out cookshack.com, the leader in high-quality commercial pellet cookers and grills. See you next time.